spoke on Wednesday this week about Greater Manchester Police PC Daniel Gaffney, who was facing his misconduct hearing yesterday after a man was left with severe facial injuries after an incident outside Manchester Royal Infirmary. The incident, as we heard it, was that PC Gaffney found Kaide Saeger a nuisance after he was arrested for breaching the peace and then later de-arrested. Saeger was then taken to Manchester Royal Infirmary over concerns for his welfare. At the hospital, Saeger is said to have become annoying to Gaffney, and Gaffney got to the point where he let his emotions take over and decided to pull away. However, Gaffney didn't check properly that the police van door was shut, and in the process of driving away, Saeger was seen on CCTV falling onto his face outside A&E. Now, the reports that have come out today suggest that Saeger didn't just suffer severe injuries to his face, in fact he suffered life-changing injuries to his face, before Gaffney turned around to come back and check on him. Well, Gaffney's misconduct hearing has now concluded, and I like the fact that some of the copsuckers and bootlickers on this channel were defending Gaffney in the comments on Wednesday's video. But you know what? I like it even more when I can prove them wrong. We already know from Wednesday's video that Gaffney admitted his driving was reckless. In fact, it was so reckless that new information that came out in the misconduct hearing is that Saeger was dragged along by the police van and didn't simply fall. The IOPC said a man had been arrested by police officers in Fallowfield, but was then de-arrested and dropped off by officers at Manchester Royal Infirmary's Accident and Emergency Department. He suffered life-changing facial injuries when the police van was leaving the hospital. CCTV showed the man standing at the open front passenger door of the police vehicle before running along with it briefly and then falling face first into the road. The investigation concluded that Gaffney had not sufficiently checked on the well-being of the injured man and that he made false representations when reporting the incident on more than one occasion. The Independent Office for Police Conduct said PC Gaffney's behaviour amounted to gross misconduct and should face a misconduct hearing. It was noted that his account of the incident amounted to operational dishonesty in that he had breached standards of professional behaviour. The misconduct hearing agreed with this conclusion after reviewing the evidence, and PC Daniel Gaffney, now plain old Daniel Gaffney, has been handed his P45 and shown the door, as he was found to have breached the standards of professional behaviour and fired without notice. IOPC Regional Director Amanda Rose said PC Gaffney's behaviour fell well below the standards expected during this incident. Having considered all of the evidence we gathered during our investigation, the panel decided he had behaved recklessly and his actions had resulted in life-changing injuries. The IOPC said it referred the case to the Crown Prosecution Service, but they decided not to bring any charges against him, which means you can be found guilty of causing somebody life-changing injuries and see no consequences if you wear a uniform. Now, PC Farouk, that was in the passenger seat, there's no mention of him whatsoever. But I find myself asking if he hadn't have told lies, then it wouldn't have got to this point. What I mean by that is he would have been spoken to by senior staff as well as Gaffney and asked for his account of what happened. In order for this to get to this point of an IOPC investigation, I would assume that Farouk would have had to have tried to cover up the actions of Gaffney in the first place. But there's no mention of Farouk in any of the reports that I've seen so far. So we'll have to wait and see if anything comes of that. Anyway, big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will. And until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.